Look at this view right now. This is like the beginning of February, and you can wear a t-shirt right now. It is just amazing. Nice, Côte d'Azur, French Riviera. I mean, it feels like spring right now. I'm chilling here, just getting as much sunshine as I can, because sometimes it doesn't last. Today it lasted all day, but the other couple days it was like in and out. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about, this is for people that are considering leaving the US right now. And I think what I wanted to talk about was the whole the like inner peace part of this. And that I don't know about you guys, but well, actually I do know a lot of people feel the same way because I've talked to them about it. Is just this feeling of in the US of just a lot of pressure and stress and just like dark times. I don't know how long it's been going on. It's like maybe 5 years. I feel like definitely wasn't always like that, but there's just, for a lot of people, there's this sense of being ground down. And for me, after that, experiencing that for a long time, it really got to me to the point that I needed a recovery from it. And being here in France, in the south of France, has allowed me to do that. And for that, I'm really grateful. But for people who are in the US right now and kind of, stressed about what's going on, which is the crescendo of like, I mean, it was bad before for a lot of people, just in terms of trying to pay your bills and work and take care of kids and live, and just the kind of like the feeling of being there. It's just stressful. And when I go back, I feel it. When I leave there, I don't feel it anymore. And so if you're trying to recreate that, it's kind of like, if you think back, for those of us who are old enough to remember the 80s and 90s, we always talk peace, there's a lot of videos on this app about like, the vibe of like, there's like music and video of like the vibe of the 80s and the 90s and how it was simpler times and we were all more joyful. And it wasn't just because we were young, it was because life was simpler, and we didn't have smartphones, and we didn't have the political climate, the financial climate that we have now. We just had a simpler time, and it was a more enjoyable time. And so the thing is, it's like, you can recreate that in your life. It's not going to be easy, and you can recreate that either in the US or not. If you're in the US, though, I mean, you're going to have to make sacrifices, and you're going to have to make hard decisions. Like, you could go live in the country. There's people who do this. They just go, you don't have to go off grid or whatever, but you could just move to a really rural place, and whatever. You could grow your own food or not, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you could just move out of like major cities and just kind of unplug from everything. Like, you could literally media fast the shit out of this. Like, you could just be like, fuck the cell phones. We're gonna have like one computer in the house that we're gonna just like, for practicality, because like not having a computer is kind of dumb, but you could just turn off the news and read books and go play outside with your friends. Go play tennis or rollerblade or jog or whatever you want to do. Like, just make whatever your life is, right? Playing chess on the porch with your next door neighbor. I don't know. You could make a simpler life. Most people would never do that, but you can get creative. You're free, right? You're free. You can do those things. Now, for me, it was like, I want to go to a place where other people are also like that, because me just living in an island in seclusion doesn't work. I kind of feel like that's what we were doing in a lot of ways anyway, just living in the California wine country. It was beautiful, but it was like, kind of has become for like rich older people, and there was just this feeling of being, I don't know, bored, really. Just not a lot going on. There was no pulse to it. But here, like, I want to be surrounded, whether it's Spain or Italy or France or Portugal or wherever, I want to be surrounded by other people who have the same values about the way they live their lives. That's what's important to me, is I want to be surrounded. I need it to be around me in the culture. What's going on inside me, what I crave inside, that's what I want. And so that's what I have here, is that I'm not saying people aren't stressed and people go to jobs and all that, but culturally, it's built in, it's ingrained in the culture to take your time. I've talked about this in so many videos, and if you haven't watched those, go back and watch them. But like, the culture here in Europe is so much slower paced than the US. You don't make as much money here, blah, blah, blah. We all know, yes, okay. But if we're talking about quality of life, this is a better quality of life for so many reasons. And so if you're looking, you can either go find a place and your comrades who are like the same way. You can go find other people that share that, or you can go create it on your own somewhere. But one way or the other, don't just surrender to not having it. Don't be just like, oh, I missed the 90s and the 80s and the 70s or whatever the hell it is, right? Whatever your period was where you felt that simplicity of life, because it's not just your youth. You can recreate it. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. You can raise your children with it. You can make it the default, but it takes great strength of character to do such a thing. Nobody's going to do it for you. The United States isn't going to roll back for you. Nowhere is going to roll back. It's like, time marches on. But you can build an island of it. It takes a will. It takes a strong will to do it. But I tell you, there's other people in the world, in many countries, that they're already there. They're like, we're just not going to let it change at that pace. I can't speak to the future. I don't know what will happen in Europe, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. But for right now, you can go find it. So go find it. Go find your peace. Don't stay in misery in the rat race if that's how you feel about it. If you're done, make big, bold moves, And as far as the job thing, everybody always talks about, I would do it if I could find my job or everything. Yeah, okay, but like that's tough. Either you're gonna find it or you're not. And if you're not, then I said big, bold moves. Takes strength, takes bravery, takes courage. Then, I don't know, start a company. Start a company in the US and then leave the US and make your money there. It's not that hard to start a business and make money. And you need a lot less money living over here than you do in the US. You don't need to make your $150,000 salary. You could probably get by over here with like half that. And you could definitely get by with half that and be wealthy here. If you're making $75,000, the equivalent of $75,000 a year here, you can live very comfortably. When you're paying $700, $800 a month rent for a studio, or if you're living in a really nice place and you're paying I don't know, 1,500 euro a month or something, how much money do you need to make? If you want to live your lavish California, LA, Miami, whatever lifestyle, if you want to live your expensive American lifestyle, Upper East Side of Manhattan, whatever, yeah, well, okay, that's a different deal. But if you're willing to kind of like live simply, you can take the pressure off yourself. And if you're already close to retirement age or at retirement age, then there's really no excuse. Like, what are you doing? Like, really, what are you doing? So anyway, you're as free as you allow yourself to be. The only cage that exists, unless you're truly imprisoned, which most of us are not, is in your own mind.